Friends, it's the last tree of the day, and I haven't been around green trees for 3 days. Like, everything's been dead and burnt, so this is the last one, but they can't leave it. It's freaking him out. The soils are running away, and the dynamics have changed. He wants it out. He doesn't want it on his neighbor's shed, so I'm just gonna try and save out some of them greens, high stump it, and send it down towards the house. It's actually got to lean back, so there is gonna be some nursing. We're gonna nurse it over with some wedges. As you can see, it's got a dog leg in it. It's laying back a bit, but it shan't be a hard bang. Friends, I'm gonna show you one way to cut down a tree that's leaning back if you've got enough room, if you do it smart. This is why your first cut, your depth is so important. Your first cut is the most important when you go to cut a tree down, is your first cut. There's 3 cuts, right? Your face cut, which includes, or your undercut, which includes 2 cuts, and your third cut is your back cut. So I'm going to show you a way to maintain wood on a tree that's leaning back for wedgemanship. This is just one way, friends.
This is where your first cut is so important. You screw this first cut up if you're too deep, it's just not good. You gotta have this right.
Okay, friends, so what I mean by this, like, this tree's leaning back. So could you imagine if I put my undercut too deep? Well, you're not going to get a back cut in it because it's going to sit back on your saw instantly. This was almost a candidate for a back cut first. So I want you to watch what I'm doing here on this undercut. I'm going to build this undercut because we need it to stay right on course. So I'm just cleaning out the Dutchman here and making an undercut that is super, super clean because we can't have any mistakes. I even knock a piece off the top right here, you'll notice. Watch what I do here. I take a little piece off the top. You've seen me do this before. The old timers used to do this, actually.
See that? See why I do that? It creates a notch. Old school notch. Something else. I've talked about this on the channel. This tree's leaning back. Now if I come in even, I'm losing my wedge. It's gone. I lose my wedge space. See, I'm cut right up. You see that, friend? Like, I'm cut up. And I got wood over there. So if I go over here and have a look, I got to get you to hold this. Like this. Just hold that. You watch what I see? See how you can see I got wood. I'm a little low coming in, but that don't matter. That's a Hollywood. That's Hollywood, baby. Down your son. Down your son. Down your son. See I'm saying? So if you take up, if you go in like this.
I'm going to explain this, friends, to you because I know some of you are wondering what I'm talking about, okay? Small tree, leaning back. The lean is back. So if you come in even like this and just start bringing your back, eating all this wood up, coming in even, you're eating up all this wood and it is going to sit on your saw faster than if you come in like this, eat this wood up like I just did. Then once you end up over here, you've got this big plate, okay, still holding the tree up like I just showed you. It's still, I've got all this wood here. Okay, so this is what I have. Sorry, friends, let me get this straight. I want to explain this. This is what I have. Okay, before I even set a wedge. I've got this great big piece of hinge wood. My bar is in here, and I've got room for a wedge here on an angle, or coming in this way, even better, but all those trees were in the way, so I just struggled beside my saw here. Does that make sense, friends? So all you're doing is you got all this eaten up, and you got this big, huge piece of wood here holding the tree up, and allows you to have your bar in there and a wedge on an angle.
So there's no reason now. We've got a stump. It's built. There's really nothing more we can do, fellas and fellettes. The thing's got a piece of wood right across the whole stump. So there's no more wood to be cut. It's cut up. We've built a stump.
And no rush.
Sorry?
And no rush.
And no rush. You just, like, do you know what I mean, Brandon, about coming in even? You take up too much wood.
It would have laid back.
It would have laid back. So if this tree was leaning forward, it would be gone. It's cut up. Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean by coercion. We have to coerce it. Yeah, okay? So I'm just going to tap this tree over now, and it's going where it's going. It's probably going to go right on that yellow flower by his foot. That's it. There. So there's our stump. So there's our stump. And there's where our wedge is. So if you come in even with your bar instead of like this, all this wood gets eaten up. You go like this, it sits back. You've got no room for wedgemanship. So, I mean, you saw I was kind of fighting with it anyway. It's a small tree. So just be cognizant of that, friends. It was almost worthy of a back cut first. Almost. Oh, someone's going to say you could have bore cut it too, Billy Ray. I could have farted on it too. This is a 572, dude. This is your saw.
Oh, you grabbed the wrong one.
These are lovely, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
So friends, do you know how important it is for me not to destroy these little green trees around here right now? I'm like so hippie mode right now, trying to save all these little green spruces, not because of any other reason that we've just cut down and they got burnt down. It's the buffer between the neighbor. So I'm just like, that's why I high stumped that tree so I could save out those little beautiful little trees. So friends, we just bone this thing out and I buck it into firewood with a 24-inch bar. By the time I'm finished bucking this thing, I'm almost crippled. It's too short of a bar for me. And anyways, whatever. Look at me. Already I'm bent over. These little 572s, boy oh boy, they're a robust saw. If you're looking for a good, strong, robust power saw with zero issues, I'm loving mine. This is Brandon's, and I'm just boning out this tree right now. But I'm going to take you guys for a walk next door.
Daryl?
Excellent, absolutely excellent.
We come close to those bottle caps, didn't we?
Yes, we
I
did.
think you got it.
I'm closest, and Brandon is good on angle.
And I'm like in line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. We had rain, friends, for like 3 days, maybe more. And I miss my son when it goes, but it's back now for a little bit. Brandon, you're filing. Good job. Brandon asked me a couple of questions while he was there with me in Nova Scotia. And he asked me, what would you do in a situation like this? And he showed me his chain, and he said he was just doing a cleanup filing. And he said, what would you do with that on the working corner? I said, well, I would remove it. He said, not the answer I wanted. I said, I know, it's not the answer most want. But if you want to cut steady through for the whole day, then you remove it. And you get that burr off of there, and you create a strong working corner. You understand? A strong working corner under that C. You don't want this vulnerable and some flapping disc on there. You want it strong and a sharp edge, like a knife. Because that's what it is, it's a knife. So Brandon, good job. He filed it in the morning before I got there, and that was the saw I was using, so he done real good. Anyway, friends, that was the last tree that we cut at Daryl's place in Nova Scotia. That was it. The job is over. We saved that one to the end. And what an experience. What an experience. I went to Peggy's Cove and Newfoundland and Cape Breton and Nova Scotia and just the Eastern Canada. Thank you for having me. And thank you for the hospitality. It was wonderful. And it's nice to see neighbors help neighbors out down there. Troy and that and you guys. And it's just good to see. So Daryl's going to get us some photos and some short videos of the regeneration that's going to come up there, friends. He actually called me yesterday or the day before. He texted me and said there was a bit of regen coming around his area there. But he said nothing across the street where this blanket of debris is. Where they came in and mashed all the trees down and threw all the debris all over. Mulched. He said there's nothing. So, very interesting to me. Anyways, it's a crazy day today. I'm jumping in one of my trucks and I'm going down to see Morgan. And we're getting that crew cab on the go. You friends, when I asked you friends to reach out, or when I reached out to you and said, hey, does anybody want to support the resurrection of the crew cab? This is how you can. You can buy an axe, a special axe from Buck and Billy Ray, and you did. I think we sold about 10 or 12 axes, and we got some scratch together to get that truck going. Well, it's at Morgan's, and we're going to Morgan's today to get that cab going. So it's happening, friends. It was just a matter of letting Morgan get a space created for that crew cab. We're gonna share some information and some footage on that. Let me know in the comments down below, friends, if you want to see us kind of how this process goes. I'm gonna film it anyway, but I just want to bring you guys good stuff. So you guys kind of get what my life is. But I remember when I says I'm going to sell 10 or 12 axes, and you folks came running in, and I want to thank everybody that came in. I called them the Crewkies. The Crewkies. Because we don't have a sponsored channel. We don't have Patreon. We don't have memberships. We have nothing here. We have our members, our messengers of kindness, who are a small group of people monthly that help out. We have our super chatters, and we have Google and buckandbillyray.com. So all this helps this channel and helps me do these little things in life. Work hard, be honest, friends, and be kind. And I'm grateful that you're here. We'll catch you on the next video. I'm heading down to Morgan's right now. We're going to strip that cab.